Hi, this is Laszlo from Laszlo.cloud. In this episode, I'm going to show you two things. First, I would like to show you how Jenkins' new multi-branch aware pipeline works. And second, how did I supercharge my Docker Compose workflow. So first of all, in Jenkins, in the new item screen, besides the pipeline type, there is the multi-branch pipeline, which is basically exactly the same as the pipeline, but it is aware of multiple branches within your version control system. I have already a project set up here, which consists of two branches, master and new endpoint, and I'm actually going to introduce a third branch just to show you how this really works. So I have the master here and the new endpoint, and test2 is my latest addition. So how about I push this to origin, and in just a matter of seconds it is going to appear on GitHub. Yeah, there we go. So test2, and let me just trigger Jenkins's branch indexing functionality. This is the new thing, and in the logs you can see that it's already done. It recognized three branches: master, new endpoint, and test2. And basically test2 is a new thing, so it already created a sub view for test2 and started building it. It basically is going to build all the other branches and basically follow the Jenkins file as for the pipeline definition. So this is how it looks in Jenkins, and I think it's a very neat feature because you don't have to set up this boilerplate every time you create a new branch. It's awesome. At the end of this workflow, it pushes my Docker container to the registry, and I'm ready to use it. Cool. I have another thing I would like to show here is that basically I have an environment defined in Docker Compose, which has three services. It's a Python service, which depends on Redis. I have the Redis service with just a vanilla Redis image, and I have a Spring Boot application in this stack defined. Supposedly the Python web application communicates with the Spring Boot app in the background, but it's only the Python web app which is exposing a port, the internal 5000 to a port which is defined in the environment variable. So I have this Jenkins file, and actually I did a very interesting thing here, is that I have a start environment shell script, which is basically it assigns a random identifier to my environment. It basically parses the Docker Compose file, and I can pick and choose which components I want to run this time. How about me not running the web, Python, and the Redis at all, and I just want to run my Spring Boot app? It does a very interesting thing here. It basically parses all the branches this component has based on the GitHub URL, and I can pick and choose any branch I want to work with. I prefer the new endpoint branch right now, so basically my script generated a new Docker file with a unique name, and Docker Compose just executed this compose file. It created the network and created the application itself. And then it says my app is up and running, and it is exposed on this port. Except I just realized now that my boot app doesn't have a port at all. So how about me rerun it and have all the components? And let's go with new endpoint again. It's a different environment this time, and it's running on this port and this URL. Let me just check if it's running. Yes, it's running. It's counting. Great. Thanks for Redis. And basically what I have here is that the Docker Compose PS shows that all the three services are up, and the port 5000 has been assigned to this random port here. I also created some other useful scripts like the env status script. By knowing what's the name of my environment, I can just ask what's the status here, and basically whenever I'm done with the job, I can stop the environment as well and remove the environment or whatever I please. And actually I'm very happy with this setup, because what I achieved here is that I can have more than 3 services, like 30 services, and I can pick and choose based on the requirement of my of my environment. And I also can pick and choose the branches as well. So basically components and branches are all tailored for my actual need, and every single time I create a new environment, it is exposed on a remote machine which is running on this IP. I think it's a very cool setup. I hope you like it as well. All the work is on GitHub. So yeah, thanks for listening.